Welcome back to WPGU 107.1. You were listening to Can't I Kick It, WPGU's only alternative hip-hop show. My name is Theo.
I'm Nikhil.
I'm Shannon.
And in the booth, we have one of Champagne's biggest up-and-coming rappers. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I go by the name of Gatson.
Gatson's in the building, ladies and gentlemen. We're excited to have him on. Thanks for coming on, man. We appreciate it. Yeah. So if you don't know, just to start off, tell us about yourself for the listeners that don't know.
Yeah, I'm originally from Champaign, Illinois, so this is my hometown. I started doing music back in 2009. Well, I started taking it serious, shall I say, back in 2009 after my friend was murdered by Champaign police when we was 15 years old. So this became my outlet, my therapy to, like, get my pain out, tell my story and his story,
And that's one of the things that's most profound about music is really just filled with meaning.
Yeah.
It's really, I guess the word that comes to mind is like, it's just like very thick with just meanings and lyricism and a lot of feelings in it.
Yeah.
It definitely get like a Joey Badass type of vibe from music. I like that a lot.
Love, man.
Yeah.
That's like one of my favorite artists.
Yeah, I can tell by her music. It's really good. What's it called? So you're from, what was it like growing up in Champaign in your experience?
It was pretty cool. I mean, Champaign is whatever you make it. Everybody say it's boring and stuff, but I feel like it's something to do for everybody if you go find something to do,
Yeah, exactly.
Some people just complain instead of going out there and making something,
Yeah. You are what you have. It's about what you make of it.
Yeah.
I agree completely.
Yeah, I feel we had Truth, aka Trouble, and Chase Baby, who are also natives of Champaign, and they kind of had similar perspectives about growing up here.
And I feel like we have a lot of most of our listeners are from Champaign, so it's definitely something they could learn from. I grew up in Chicago, like a suburb outside Chicago. I thought it was super boring too. Right. So it really is just about your mentality, But yeah, so you have a new project coming out soon.
Yeah,
we have one of the special songs we're about to play. It never heard before. It's called what's the new EP called?
My new EP is called Draft Day.
Okay. And you released one before that called Blessing.
Become a Blessing.
Okay. And that was in July, right?
Yeah, July 14th.
What was kind of the reception on that one?
It was real good. I feel like Blessed to Become a Blessing opened a lot of doors for me and my team to, travel different states, go to different festivals. It really helped build our foundation. So, it really opened doors, though, seriously. Like,
was that the first, big project you've released?
Yeah.
I guess you've toured with,
Yeah, it was actually the project that people took serious,
Yeah.
Oh, maybe he can be somebody special from Champaign, it opened a lot of doors.
So what was the intention behind that project, and then what's kind of the intention of the new project?
Yeah, Blessed to Become a Blessing, I was just speaking from a standpoint. I was battling my own demons, my battling depression. So, most of the songs is about me trying to overcome depression and tell my story. So, because I feel like if I tell my story, it could help somebody that's out there battling something similar to what I'm going through or what I went through or what my friends went through back home, here. So that's kind of where I was with that. Just I want to tell my story. Well, not even all my story, some of my story, because it's still stuff that I'm just now starting to open up to, that I want the listeners to hear, because I just got to the point where I feel comfortable about telling my whole story. So, that's kind of where I'm at with Draft Day. It's full of emotion, it's full of pain. But the project I named it Draft Day because I feel like it's the one that's going to get me to where I want to be,
Like a real draft, from the college basketball to the NBA.
Exactly, and I came up playing basketball, so that's why I named it Draft Day, because in my head, when I was younger, I swore that I was going to the NBA. You couldn't tell me I wasn't going to the NBA. So it's that's where I got the title from, Draft Day. It was just a spin off basketball and me feeling like this project is the one that's going to take me to the next level.
Well, I certainly hope it does. I'm sure. And I realized when I was listening to your last project, Blessing to Be a Blessing, I realized that a common theme throughout Champaign rappers, at least the Champaign rappers we've dealt with and we've interviewed before, like Chase and Truth. It's very lyrical. It's a very like I said before, it's very deep, and it's kind of like a running theme through it, you know.
Kind of like a classic throwback feel, but also modern at the same time.
I was gonna say that it's definitely I don't know if you know who William Patterson is. He's a professor here. He grew up,
Dr. P.
Dr. P. Yeah, he grew
actually
up
his son produced that whole project.
Oh really? Yeah.
Jordan produced that whole project.
Yeah, his kids himself are very musically inclined. And he's diehard hip hop, and it's crazy because like, you know, like you said, like when people come here and they think of Champaign, they don't think it's poppin', like the music scene isn't good, but like, you know, they mention like every time we get a Champaign artist, like obviously their perspective's completely different, but exactly like Nikhil and Theo are saying, like when it comes to lyrics and like the old school vibe, like that's definitely what I get, which is I really enjoy it. It's refreshing, especially like in an era where we constantly hear trap music and SoundCloud rappers,
just like catchy repetitive stuff.
Most of the problem is like for the people that say it's not real artists here in Champaign, Illinois, it's like it's talent here. Y'all just gotta support us, you know. Stop always supporting the mainstream artists. Like it's people here in your own backyard that actually got talent to get to the next level, and they need your support, you know.
Of course.
Definitely.
Right. But at the same time, there is this kind of like hardcore fan base of all the Champaign rappers. There's kind of this little community you guys have, right?
Yeah.
Do you interact with a lot of Champaign rappers?
Yeah, like Truth and Chase, them my homies. Like,
y'all ever do songs together?
Me and Chase actually got a song that we haven't released yet. Me and Truth haven't really recorded yet. Me and Chase got something that's gonna come out this year.
So tell me about you said you're a writer. You're not really like an off the dome person. You gotta sit down and kind of organize your thoughts. Tell me about your writing process.
I bounce all over the place. So like a lot of times when I write, I don't use the instrumental because I started with poetry. Poetry was my outlet, but I felt like it wasn't helping me cope enough. So I felt like I had to tell my story and get it out here to the world. So it's like my poetry was just staying in my book. So really, I gotta sit and think about what I'm saying because I really want to penetrate people's soul when I make my music. It's not something that not something I just do for fun. It's actually something that I think about, and everything is thought out. You're not gonna get something from me that's like half, you know. It's really something that I put my time and energy into in every bar. Like if it's something, you can ask my manager, like if something that's trash in my head, I'm erasing it, like, and sometimes I overthink. So sometimes they tell me like, yo, stop overthinking and just like go with it. Like we ain't say it was trash, but it's just like me being my own worst critic. Like,
I mean, I feel like that's being your own worst critic it's tough because you get yourself in a cycle, but I mean, that's how you become your best self, your best writer, you know, you critique yourself.
Yeah.
When you started doing poetry and then you started like translating that into like lyrics and rap, and then you also mentioned you started at 15 rapping. What was the moment where you realized like, oh, I'm actually really good at this, and then you kind of wanted to start taking? Well, you said that the whole incident is kind of what made you take it more seriously. But what was your defining?
I get that question. I ain't gonna lie. When I first started off, I was trash. I was trash. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was trash. But like, as I started actually taking time and understanding the craft of my art, like I started getting better. And that was like around 16, late 17. I really started molding my art into something special. But at the time, I had the lyrics, but I didn't have the sound. So like, you can drop 1 million songs, but if it don't sound right, it don't matter. Like that's why a lot of the people that we think are like mumble rappers or trash, you know, they get that big following because it sounds good. Like it just sounds good.
It's like capturing a feeling, not necessarily the words that they're saying, but it's like the vibe of it and the feeling.
Exactly.
Yeah. And also it's like no one starts out perfect, right? You gotta it's all about the grind and practicing.
Exactly. I would say if you plant a seed, you can't expect it to grow overnight. You know, it takes time.
And I had to learn that though. Like I was so impatient at first, but like doors didn't start opening to me until I learned patience. You know, like I I got told no so many times. Like, I was getting down on myself because I kept hearing no. I was like, man.
But I mean, you never know when that wall is gonna break, so you might as well keep going.
Yeah. Then I got to do A3C, and which is like one of the biggest hip hop festivals in Atlanta last year. So that was like one of the yeses that start opening up plenty more doors. Like I'm going to Tucson, Arizona for a festival March 9th. So, and that came from A3C, so that opened up a door. I wouldn't have knew nothing about the festival if I didn't go there and network.
Was the ATL festival your first big
festival? Yeah.
Another first big gig?
Yeah.
How was that?
Man, it was different. It was so much support there. I was only booked to perform one night, but I got to perform twice, so it was pretty dope. Like, it was like the dopest experience that I had to that date. And it was, I mean, it wasn't just me performing. It was like panels where I can actually learn for like some of the people that's in the industry, you know. So a lot of people just go to perform, but like the most important thing is to actually go there to learn, like,
and network.
Be a student. Yeah.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
But people don't take advantage of that. Like, there's so much knowledge that you can get from going to those type of festivals.
Yeah, 100%. You know, I completely agree.
And even though I bet you must be like confident in your sound and your voice and stuff, but going and playing these festivals must be kind of like validating in a way, right? You go and like you finally reach this level.
Yeah, but it's just all about staying humble, and you got to keep going no matter what. Like, I went to Atlanta last year, but so what? It's a new year. Like, it's so many other things, so many other goals that I want to achieve, and it's just, you got to keep going. You got to stop looking back and go forward.
Right. You got to build that momentum.
Were you nervous performing at that point? In front of that big of a crowd?
My first, I ain't gonna lie, my first song there, I was like, man, I had to, my stomach was going. I was like, man, I'm kind of nervous. But as I kept going and like seeing all the love I was getting, it changed, and I just owned the moment.
Yeah, I mean, you grow. Yeah. It's like what would have been like so much for you before probably isn't that much at this point. So you went on a tour recently too.
Yeah, I'm actually on.
Oh, you're on
like
tour.
It's like basically every other weekend type thing. I just came back from Washington last weekend.
Okay.
Bellingham and Olympia for my first 2 dates. Then next week I'm in Chicago at the Beat Kitchen as supporting act for Illy. Then that Saturday I'm in Boston. Sunday I'm in New York. Then I'm back home.
And it says you're here with the New Jersey rapper K-Prez. Are you still with him?
Yeah, he in Chicago right now. But
okay.
Yeah, that's my homie from the East Coast. He real dope. Like,
how'd you link up with him?
My friend P, like, he connected all of us, and I actually been following K Perez for a while, like on social media and stuff, and like he's real dope. Like, he bring that real East Coast hip hop feel, and that's something that I generate. Like, I like that.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's your sound.
that's my sound. So me and him clicked, and we got the opportunity to do a tour together, and spent history ever since. Like,
so how long have you been touring? How long has the tour been?
It actually just started last weekend.
Okay.
Last weekend was the first stop in Washington.
And have you done a tour before this, or?
No, well, I actually did the Champagne Cypher Series tour, but it wasn't like different regions of the U.S., so it's different. Yeah.
And so the places you're going, are you going for the first time?
Yeah. Except for New York. New York, I was there for a while, for a little bit. But Boston and Washington, like, that was my first. Like, this gonna be my first time going to LA too. So.
Wow.
LA's a great place.
Yeah. I heard.
Yeah.
I said like I know, like I've heard.
Yeah.
So what's that like, traveling to these new places you've never been before, and seeing like you get love for the music you make over here, and then going to this whole new place?
It's dope. Like, performing in front of people that don't know who you are, like, and they still support your music, and they come up to you afterwards and try to connect with you, like, through social media or however they can. it's the coolest feeling in the world, like for somebody that you don't know to support your music. Because sometimes, like, even being here in my hometown, it's hard to get people I know to support my music.
Yeah,
but,
I was gonna say sometimes
it does work like that for some reason.
It's weird.
It's like you don't want to. Yeah, I get that all the time too. Is like people I know that you don't really listen to their music, but yeah, like someone you don't know, you go check them out and you listen to the music all the time. It's like a weird disconnect there.
Yeah, I used to stress about that, but it's just like I know as I keep growing, my city gonna get behind me, and I'm not really stressing it because it's people that's already behind me here, and you know. It's gonna happen, you know.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I feel like that's like a lot of people need to hear that because a lot of people, I guess, like I would guess like 65% of all people are in the position where like they think that like I can't do it, because I don't even want to try because I know I'll fail, or like I want to give up because I think that I won't make it. But you know, you've been going at it for a while, and you know things are finally starting to like exponentially rise a little bit. You know, it's like that first little bump, and after that is it's like a snowball effect.
Yeah, but
you've been at it for a while. You've been at it since you're 15.
Yeah, like this don't happen overnight. Like, I mean, for some people, and for the people that you think it happened overnight, they were grinding before they got that spotlight.
Yeah, and sometimes it happens overnight, but then it ends overnight.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? As quick as you get it, as quick as it can go. So
yeah,
I'm aiming for longevity, so I ain't really in a rush. Like, I feel like I wanted a record deal. I wanted to be signed when I was like 15 years old. Like, I felt like I was the best rapper. I suck, but I felt like I was the best rapper ever. So it's like, but God didn't allow me to get signed then, because if I would have got in front of a record label when I was 15 years old, I wasn't ready at the time, you know, and I didn't know the stuff that I know now. So it's like God blessed me by not showing me to record labels at the time, you know.
100%. Well, I think you guys ready to play some music?
Yeah.
So we got your first song, Foundation, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna play that right now, and we hope you guys enjoy.
Yeah. Allow me to talk my. Allow me to talk my. Hey. Allow me to talk my. Allow me to talk my. I know they feel me, look in their eyes, they tell the true story. And that's not afraid to stand up and be outspoken. The spirit of Fred Hampton has been awoken, my spirit's golden. Bullets cannot kill my soul. I'm coming for everything that I owe. The Black Messiah got my powers from the Most Highest. Silence, we about to riot. Fuck fear, get you killed for real. Checking my inventory, I can't properly equip. My laptop is a gold mine. Drinking moonshine to the early sun. No way I let these rappers outshine me. Tell the labels put the money up, I go for both of us. Word up, ain't nobody throwing up like I vomit. Pay homage to a young nigga that's paving the way for that this shit to come back in your stereo. Right now y'all don't hear me though. A couple years y'all gon' feel me though. Cause your boy really started from the bottom. Your boy really started from the bottom. Your boy really started from the bottom. Build a foundation they can never say they made me. Hey, your boy really started from the bottom. Your boy really started from the bottom. Your boy really started from the bottom. I built a foundation they can never say they made me. I got nothing to lose. Mention me and I'ma keep bustin'. I concern a lot of rappers how I keep coming, overdosing. Yeah, this my homecoming. All my homies slumming, dog. I've been locked in the stoop for months. Safe to say that I'm up to something. Don't just keep us. Boom, boom. Headshot, nigga, red dot, nigga, one shot, I can't miss. This that food for thought, don't it taste better when it's whole food? If one eat, we all eat, yeah, that's work to my son. No one left behind, this where King and Queens was signed. This that fish grease, nigga, I'm jumping out the pot. Cause all these mumble rappers now swearing that they
We're
hot.
back. You're tuning into Can I Kick It, WPGU's polling alternative hip hop show. My name is Shannon.
My name is Theo.
I'm Nikhil.
And with us we have
Gatson.
You know what's up. Hope you enjoyed that little music break. You heard Gatson's Gatson's newest song, Foundation. Sorry, I clicked Siri by accident. But yeah, you know that's his new album, Draft Day, coming out soon. Not a release date yet, but it's coming. I can promise you that.
The anticipation. It's building up. It's building.
Yeah, it's building.
And
don't tell nobody y'all just heard that, because ain't nobody heard that yet.
This is a sneak preview, just for the listeners. But you said the producer who did that one is going to produce the whole project?
Yeah.
That's cool. I really like when producers do whole.
Yeah, he from
projects.
LA. His name's Soul Professor. So
shout out Soul Professor.
It's a good name.
I think soul beats are like the rarest, most valuable thing in hip hop. Like good sampled soul beats. It's just like it's perfect, but not a lot of people do it anymore.
Yeah. Majority he run his stuff through like analog, so it got that tape feel. Yeah.
Oh, that's he's real. Like he's real.
He real.
Okay.
100.
So I think I remember we talked about we started the last talk off with talking about how like people could think of Champagne as kind of boring or maybe limiting a little bit, and that could give like a potential artist kind of like a lot of doubt surrounding their head, a little voice in the back of their head that's saying they can't do it. But what advice would you give a fellow artist in Champagne in your place when you were 15?
Man, like I said, it's whatever you make it. Like it's so much stuff that we can achieve if we actually believe in ourselves. Sometimes we have a hard time believing in us, you know what I'm saying? And ain't nobody gonna believe in us until we believe in ourselves. So first step is believing in you. You gotta believe in you.
What would you say is unique about like the Champagne scene versus anywhere else?
I feel like we got some of the top lyricists, honestly. Like people sleep on us, man. Like for real, like they gotta stop sleeping. Like we got some talented artists here. Like if you want the trap sound, we got the trap sound. If you want that conscious feel, we can give it to you. Want people that's just gonna give you like spit bars to you, we got that too. So
Champagne's a big place. I feel like it just takes one person. That's all it takes.
They gotta stop sleeping, man. Stop sleeping.
Yeah. And also, I know your lyrics contain a lot of politically motivated things. What are the things that you care about most? Let's say politically, you care about the most. You want to see change.
Yeah, change is like one of the biggest things that I fight for. You know what I'm saying? I want my people to believe that they can make it. You know what I'm saying? Without feeling like they have to use the system to get things that they need. You know what I'm saying? It's like a slave mentality that we got to break, and I just want to help us see that we can move forward if we actually put that effort in for ourselves, you know what I'm saying, and not rely on anybody else, you know what I'm saying, and start with us.
No, it's very true. And I know this is a very sensitive topic, but I remember you mentioned that you started rapping because your friend was killed by the police when you were 15 years old.
Yeah.
Did anything end up happening with that case?
Nah, we ain't get no justice. It got swept under the rug. It's
a shame.
Same.
And that happened before this kind of this change in the political, I guess, atmosphere happened in the past, like, 5 years.
Yeah,
it was before, like, the whole Trayvon Martin thing, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, I feel it's crazy because stuff probably happens a lot more before we heard about that stuff, but we just didn't hear about it then.
Yeah,
it's like the same thing, And
I don't want people to think, like, I just talk about this stuff in music to get like likes or claps or something. Like this is something that I actually stand for. Like I feel for this. Like when Mike Brown was murdered, I went to Ferguson. Like I marched in Ferguson. So it's like this is stuff that I believe in. Anything that I say is stuff that I thought out and I actually believe in.
Okay, yeah, I get you. I feel like that's the same thing as like let's say like a politician talking about what's wrong. A lot Meek Mill's doing a lot of that stuff right now. His work is a lot deep with meaning. You like Meek Mill?
Yeah, I like Meek Mill.
Yeah, I like him too. I think he definitely like the if someone has that thought, that kind of thought process in his position can make a world of difference. Like him, Jay-Z, and all those other power players, just kind of gathering together for justice is definitely like something I like to see. Move in the right direction.
It ain't just about music. It's like, how can you help your people move forward? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool to make turn up music, but like, when you out the club, what you listen to, like, that's gonna help us get through the next day, you know what I'm saying? Or get ready for the next day, or feel like we can overcome what we're going through. Like, don't nobody listen to turn up music 24/7. It's a time when they have downtime when they really got to think about their problems, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And I feel like people hate on this generation a lot because there's a lot of turn up music coming out of this generation. But I also do think that not as many people 10 years ago had that same mindset as you do now, and the fact that like I guess it's spreading, more people are thinking that way is definitely a positive thing, and it's helped by rappers like yourself. You know, talking about what you talk about.
It's kind of growing in both directions. Like there's a lot of like kind of mindless music, but there's also so much conscious music out there that now everyone has access to.
It's about finding that balance.
Yeah,
like, it's cool to listen to both, just find that balance.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be mutually exclusive either. You can make conscious music that sounds good and people enjoy listening to, but still has that message in the foundation of it.
Does the term Independence Day have any meaning to you? I have it in this email here, but I'm not sure exactly what it means.
Independence Day was just from like people celebrating July 4th. You know, I just feel like we celebrate it, but we're not truly free in America yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, we really support it, but we not free, you know? Like, we free to other countries, but like, you know, we not free. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there are things in the way.
You know what I'm saying?
Obstacles.
Yeah. It's still things that we got to work on.
No, for sure.
To break free. So that's what it was about.
And we kind of talked about like you first starting up in music in Champaign, but I was curious, when you first started making music, like how did you go about like getting your music made? Like in Champaign, did you find producers locally? Did you go to studios, or like did you just make it yourself? Like how did that work for you?
I was lucky to have friends that produced beats, like, because at first I just wrote. I ain't care about making beats.
Right, because you started more in the poetry sphere.
I started more in the poetry, but one thing that I did like doing was mixing vocals. I always like mixing vocals, but my friend Jordan William Gold, like, he one of the dopest producers to me. Like, he can give you either sound you want, turn up, conscious, lyrical, whatever. He can do it. So I was just blessed to have somebody like him. And like, I got a homie in Pennsylvania, his name Ark. Like, he got a sound too. So I'm just blessed to have friends that make music too. So.
And then recording, you said you do in your house now. You've always kind of done it yourself?
Yeah, I always pretty much did it myself. For this new project, I recorded the vocals and I just sent it off to get mixed. And it was just because I want to play the artist this time. I want to feel like I'm just the artist.
Right. Yeah, so that's cool.
Other than Joey Badass, what are some of the biggest inspirations you have musically?
I love Common. Cole is like my favorite all time. Well, I shouldn't say that. Tupac my favorite all time, but Cole is like my favorite. Kendrick. I go back and forth like with Kendrick for the 1-2 spot. Right now Kendrick winning, but like you can ask me tomorrow and Cole might be number 1. So
how you feeling? It depends on how you feeling, right?
It just depends, yeah.
Do you have like a favorite album out of those? Something you can listen to over and over again and not get sick of. Something that like means more than just music to you.
Cole, I like Born Center. I love Friday Night Lights. I love The Warm Up. I love all his older stuff, honestly. Like, I like his older stuff more than his new stuff.
Yeah. Do you like Forest Hills Drive?
Yeah, I like it, but it's still. I'm waiting for him to make that one album where he go back to mixtape Cole, because like I was the fan like before all the albums and stuff, like the mixtapes is where I became a fan. So I just want him to give me one like Friday Night Lights. I'll be satisfied. Then he can go back to singing and all that stuff. Like, just give me one.
Maybe we'll get this on this next album that's coming up here shortly.
I hope so.
Yeah. So you've been doing this for like 10 years, 9 years, something like that. What are the things that you have improved the most on, but what can you still improve on in the future? The things that you're focusing on the most.
Good question. I think that I can always improve on my writing. I think I need to read more. I think that's one of the biggest things that I need to do is read more. Like, people don't understand how critical that can be, like, to really expand your vocab. So right now, that's where I'm trying to get myself to like really lock in on books.
Are you reading a book right now?
Not right now, but I need to. I'm trying to get myself into that mode on actually locking into books. Well, I actually am reading. I forgot the name of it. It's like a music business book. I forgot the name.
Is the cover
it's
blue?
Is it
Yeah,
cover?
yeah.
I'm reading that.
I got
right.
it
I
in
swear.
my phone, like,
that book is like everywhere right now.
Yeah. I literally just got that as a present.
Yeah,
It's so good. It's so simple. Like
Yeah.
it's not like you're not, filled with so much information. It's just an easy read. You can comprehend.
What book is this?
It's like music, everything you need to know about music.
Yeah,
business, I
yeah,
think
yeah.
it's
That's
called.
exactly what it's called. Everything
Yeah.
you need
And
to know.
it's
about
entertaining
By a
too. It's
music
not
lawyer.
like it's educational, but it's not
It's like someone
like
talking to you. It's
Yeah,
not like
yeah.
it's not like a textbook, you know.
It's
There's
not one of
narrative.
those ones you're gonna be like, oh, I'm tired of reading. It's you'll actually get through it because it's stuff like, oh, this is something I highlight.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
those are the best books. You get
Yeah.
to highlight it because
Yeah.
it's not like you gotta no. Okay, wait, but because the informational, it's nonfiction, so like and especially for you and what you're doing is like everything is crucial. Like
Yeah.
this one line could be the whole difference in your career.
That can change everything.
Exactly, just knowing that stuff, and also you could flip back and forth. It's like the publishing's in one side, the management's in another
Yeah.
side.
Exactly. I be reading something that I like, and I think that my friend P needs to see, and I take a picture, send it to him. Like, yeah, read this.
Yeah, for real. And honestly, like it's a lot easier for artists now with this information. You're less likely to get screwed in the future.
Yeah.
Which we were talking about a couple episodes ago, how it's very easy to get screwed as an artist. Back then it was easier. It's still easy now, but if you're aware and you know what you're doing, it's a lot. It's you can avoid it.
You'll be surprised at how many people not aware.
and
like for like these big festivals, like
Blueface. You see that? You see that interview? They're talking.
Yeah,
he asked
like,
him
yeah.
what contract. Yeah, he said, I don't know. I didn't see it. It's crazy.
and that's crazy. Like you should always know. Like if you're signing a deal, you should know what your deal is about. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Like
But
you basically signing your life away, so you got to know what you signing
exactly
away. Am I signing my soul with it?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean the fact that it's you didn't sign a deal earlier. You took that time. You learned the information now,
Yeah.
and now you probably have more freedom in the future because you won't sign your life away.
Exactly.
You'll get your own masters, and you make money out of that forever.
That's the key.
Yeah.
Keep your masters. Don't let them take your masters. Get you a distribution deal or something.
Yeah. So other than like rapping wise, maybe like what are the things you try to improve in like life wise, career wise? Any goals you have for the next year? Any resolutions you made this year?
Well, I ain't really got nothing for the year, but it's just the goal that I got in general, like to help the younger kids, the youth. That's because I mean, people my age and like a little younger than me, we can't save them. You know what I'm saying? They stuck in their ways already, but I believe we can save our youth. That's the people that we need to worry about because the youth is the ones that's gonna grow and teach the kids. Yeah. So like that's where we need to start at. So like one of my biggest things is if I ever got a deal or something, what I want to do is come back to my community, which is Champaign, and bring a community center here and actually like put people in position that care, because I feel like it's people that's in these positions of power that don't care. You know what I'm saying? They just there for a paycheck. So I actually want to bring people that actually care about the kids and actually care about helping them get to that next level, because all they need is guidance, man. All they need is guidance. And I don't want to show them that you can just be a rapper, you know what I'm saying? You can be a basketball player. No, I want to show them that you can be a doctor, lawyer, you know what I'm saying? It's plenty of things you can do. You ain't just got to idolize me because I rap and I made it out. You can make it out doing something else that you love, you know what I'm saying? It's deeper than music,
100%, man. From your mouth to God's ears.
Yeah.
I hope everything comes true. You got anything else, Nikhil?
I think we're just about out of time with the interview, but yeah.
I have one last question. I had a debate with Chase. Does pineapple go on pizza?
Hey, at first I was like, nah, but I actually tried it. Fire. Fire.
Thank you.
That's the
Fire.
great
Not that
answer
bad.
to that
It's
question.
fire. It's not bad. It's not bad at
that's what
all.
I'm
Like
saying. People hate.
it's actually decent. Like I was like, I don't know. Then I tried it. It was actually decent.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not that
I
bad.
see Chase was like, he ain't gonna like it. Nah, it's actually decent.
I bet a lot of people who say they don't like it just have never tried it.
Yeah, you gotta try it.
Yeah.
You gotta try it.
That's the takeaway message
life.
from this.
Yeah,
episode.
just gotta try it.
Just try it, man. All right, well,
Sweet.
Thank you so much for coming in, Gatson. We appreciate it, man.
It means a lot,
Definitely.
for real.
If you want to catch up with everything Can I Kick It, please follow us on Twitter at Can I Kick It __ and on Instagram at Can I Kick It ___. 3 underscores for Instagram, 2 for Twitter. If you want to follow everything WPGU, follow us on Twitter at WPGU 107.1 and WPGU.com. You want to shout out some social medias, Gatson?
I am Gatson across all boards. I am GATSON. Follow me. Shout out to my team, Believers Dynasty.
And your music's on Spotify, all the
Apple
services.
Music, Pandora, wherever you want to find it.
Go
wherever
listen.
you can find music, you can find me. Just type me in, Gaston, put me on mute, give me a stream. I'm broke. I'm trying to get rich.
You know what it is. All right, well, thanks for coming on. Go follow him. Go listen to his music.
Love.
We've been Can I Kick It? We'll see you on Tuesday.